You're watching another True Villain commentary.
Ladies and gentlemen, Modern Warfare 4 is officially here. And after looking through all the reveals, leaks, gameplay details, multiplayer changes, DMZ coming back, classic prestige returning, movement updates, no bloom, map voting, theater mode, Nintendo Switch 2 support, and even Warzone finally dropping old gen. This genuinely feels like Infinity Ward looked at the last few years of Call of Duty criticism and said, alright, we hear you. Now whether they actually stick the landing, that's a completely different conversation. Because, let's be honest, every single year Call of Duty reveals a new game, the community gets hyped for about 48 hours before the arguments begin. But this time, this reveal feels different. Not because people suddenly trust Activision again, but because Modern Warfare 4 is clearly trying to reposition the franchise after Black Ops 7 divided the community hard. And real talk, some of these changes are massive. So today, we're breaking down everything revealed so far about Modern Warfare 4, what actually matters, what sounds promising, what still concerns me, and why this might be the most important COD release in years. First things first, Infinity Ward officially confirmed this year's Call of Duty IS Modern Warfare 4, not a reboot, not some weird side title, not Modern Warfare Black Ops Tactical Warfare Extraction Ops, straight up Modern Warfare 4. And according to Infinity Ward themselves, this is supposed to be the definitive Modern Warfare. Now, that statement alone is bold as hell, considering how divided the community was on MW2 2022 and MW3 2023. But once you actually start looking at the features, you can clearly see the direction they're trying to go. And honestly, some of these changes sound very community driven. For starters, red dots are back on the minimap. Classic Prestige is returning. Map voting is back. Ninja is a perk again. Theater mode is returning. No bloom. Campaign playable offline. And they're even trying to end the update requires restart nightmare. That alone already sounds like Infinity Ward spent 2 years reading angry Reddit posts, and I'm gonna be honest, that's a good thing. Because one of the biggest problems with recent COD games is that the franchise kept removing features players already liked. Classic Prestige disappeared. Map voting disappeared. Traditional park systems changed. Everything started feeling overly designed around engagement systems instead of fun. So seeing MW4 bring back older systems while still evolving the gameplay, that matters. Now, movement. This is where things get interesting. Infinity Ward confirmed MW4 will not have Omni movement like Black Ops 7. And immediately, the community split into two sides. One side is celebrating because they were tired of people sliding sideways at Mach 10 like they were in an anime. The other side thinks movement is getting nerfed back into MW2 territory. But from everything revealed so far, this actually sounds more like a hybrid system. You still have slide canceling, slide to ADS, dog sprint, ledge hanging, new mantling systems, and more fluid traversal. But Infinity Ward says they want movement to feel more realistic again, which honestly makes sense for the Modern Warfare identity. Black Ops has always leaned more arcade. Modern Warfare usually leans more grounded and tactical. The problem is if the movement becomes too slow again, people are gonna lose their mind. Because MW2 2022 still has one of the most divided multiplayers in recent COD history. Some people love the heavier realism, others absolutely hated it. So, Infinity Ward is walking a dangerous line right now. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest reveals. DMZ is officially returning. And honestly, this might quietly be one of the smartest decisions Activision has made in years. Because DMZ had a genuinely dedicated audience. The mode wasn't perfect. It lacked long-term support. Updates became inconsistent. Warzone overshadowed it. But there was a real extraction shooter community there. And now with extraction shooters becoming more popular again, thanks to games like Arc Raiders and Marathon getting attention, bringing DMZ back actually makes sense. Especially because Infinity Ward seems to be treating it like a major mode this time instead of a side experiment. And real talk, COD needs more identity outside standard multiplayer and Warzone. That's one reason Black Ops Zombies stayed so powerful for years. It gave people another reason to stay invested. DMZ could potentially become that for Modern Warfare, especially if they support it properly. And speaking of identity, the campaign actually sounds way more ambitious than recent COD campaigns. According to details revealed so far, MW4's story focuses heavily on conflict involving North and South Korea, with Captain Price basically operating in the shadows while global tensions spiral out of control. We're talking South Korea military involvement, multiple global locations, classic linear missions, and a darker tone again. And honestly, thank God they're going back to traditional campaign structure. Because after some of the weird experimentation in recent years, a lot of players just want a strong cinematic COD campaign again. Not open combat missions every 5 seconds. Not forced gimmicks. Not half-baked ideas. Just give people memorable missions, insane set pieces, betrayal moments, and Captain Price saying cool things while explosions happen. That's literally what people want. Now, another huge thing. Modern Warfare 4 is finally dropping PS4 and Xbox One. And honestly, it was time. I know some people are upset about it, but let's be real for a second. Those consoles are over a decade old now. At some point, developers have to move on. Even Infinity Ward basically admitted they were spending too much time optimizing for older hardware instead of pushing new features. And when you look at games like Battlefield 6, GTA 6, and newer shooters, you can already see the gap widening. Old gen hardware limits, map density, AI systems, destruction, physics, player counts, graphics, animation systems, and overall scale. So if COD actually wants to evolve technically, this had to happen eventually. And honestly, Warzone ending support for PS4 and Xbox One tells you everything. Activision is fully transitioning into current gen now. But now we gotta talk about the thing the community is already nervous about. SBM. Infinity Ward says Modern Warfare 4 matchmaking will not revert directly back to pre-Black Ops 7. And immediately, the internet exploded because matchmaking has become the most controversial topic in modern Call of Duty. Every single year, people complain. Sweaty lobbies, manipulated feeling matches, disbanding lobbies, artificial balancing, engagement systems, suspicious momentum swings. And the truth is, even if MW4 improves gameplay dramatically, SBMM will still dominate conversations if matchmaking feels frustrating. That's just reality now. Especially because modern COD players are way more aware of engagement systems than they were years ago. People analyze everything now. Damage, consistency, spawn logic, team balancing, packet bursts, hit, rag, all of it. So, Infinity Ward saying they'll be transparent about matchmaking before launch, that's smart, but they better actually explain things clearly, because vague PR talk is not gonna calm the community anymore. Another interesting thing, MW4 is launching on Nintendo Switch 2. That is actually huge. This is the first time Call of Duty is returning to Nintendo platforms since Ghost in 2013. And honestly, that Microsoft Nintendo deal from years ago is finally paying off. Crossplay support included too, which means COD is about to become even bigger globally. And that matters because Activision clearly wants Modern Warfare 4 to feel like a next era COD release, not just another yearly drop. Now visually, I gotta say, this game looks incredible. The atmosphere, the darker military aesthetic, the cleaner UI, the campaign visuals, the operators, the weapons. This genuinely feels like Infinity Ward doubling down on the MW2019 identity. And that's probably smart, because despite all the criticism, MW2019 completely changed Call of Duty visually and technically. A lot of modern COD's presentation style still comes from that game. And based on these reveals, MW4 looks like the closest thing to a true MW2019 successor yet. But here's the real question. Will this actually save Call of Duty? And honestly, I don't think one game can fully fix all the franchise problems overnight, because COD's issues go deeper than features. People are exhausted from yearly releases. The community is divided constantly. SBMM debates never stop. Warzone changed multiplayer forever. Trust in Activision is shaky, and every year players are terrified the game will lose support 6 months later. That is the real challenge. Not hype, not reveal trailers, not nostalgia. Trust. Can Infinity Ward actually support this game properly long term? Can they avoid repeating old mistakes? Can they balance realism and fun correctly? Can they stop over designing systems? Can they actually listen consistently? That will determine whether MW4 succeeds long term. But I will say this, compared to where the franchise was heading recently, this reveal actually feels promising. And I haven't said that about COD in a while. If Infinity Ward nails the maps, movement balance, matchmaking transparency, DMZ support, and multiplayer pacing, Modern Warfare 4 could genuinely bring a lot of people back. But if they mess up even a few of those areas, the honeymoon phase is gonna disappear fast. So we'll see. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Modern Warfare 4 actually looks promising? Or are you still skeptical after the last few years of COD? And if you're new around here and enjoy deeper gaming commentary videos like this, make sure you subscribe because we got a lot more MW4 coverage coming. Thank you all for watching and see you guys in the next video.